I've still got
Healing mechanics make it rough.
Yeah. Because you're not just instantly better from a night's rest. So I was like, oh. Okay.
Especially since I rolled my character with no con, so for, interesting sake, because I wanted higher other stats. Higher con can wait until level 5 or whatever.
If you make it that far.
If I make it that far, we'll see.
But in a weird way, it also kind of fits from a role-play perspective. If you're more of a magic-focused player, then one wouldn't expect you to exactly be, healthy.
Yeah.
Fit.
Well, I'm not even super. I'm I'm high dex. I've got 16 dex. Yeah, no, I'm not very strong or sturdy.
Yeah, exactly. You can be dexterous without being sturdy. Dexterity is often the trait used for archery and whatnot. So.
Yeah.
Well,
it fit what I was trying to do.
You don't have to be dexterous or sturdy if you can get something else to fight for you.
That's true.
I was kind of curious how the whole min-maxing thing worked here. I didn't want to go into this without intelligence because I like having extra languages and stuff from that, skills. And having a higher intelligence means you get more languages and more skills. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why I picked the stats I did.
We all have our reasons. And to be fair, once again, whether you play to min-max or you play for fun, that's what matters. As long as you're enjoying yourself.
I'm not just min-maxing because I want to see if I could be broken. I'm doing it for fun.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's
yeah.
I've never once built a sensible min-max character. I always built for pure. The closest I come to min-max was probably my most chaotic character, and that was my ranger, the first one I built. Because I was building him to be able to put down as many arrows downrange as physically possible.
Yeah.
For me, my biggest min-maxer was Polia Fargrim.
Mine was an orc who essentially moved around a house.
I remember that guy.
That was the only time I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna min-max.
Yeah, but you're min-maxing not just to break your way through every single battle without any problems. You did it just for, let's do something silly. Let's just...
Well, it was find out what the highest weight capacity I could get at level 10 was.
Yeah.
Turned out to be more than an elephant, so... like...
You literally built him to just haul an elephant around?
Yeah, it was a half-orc barbarian, or full-orc barbarian, I think. Yeah, full-orc barbarian. It was just... he took like
1
strength. Feet. Yeah, 1 feet was for increasing carrying capacity. Like, there was just every single thing that I could possibly get for carrying capacity. Like, he carried around levers and pulleys, because those, if you look at like a crowbar, it multiplies your lift capacity by 4.
Really?
So you just get to go, yep, that house, I get to just lift it up a foot, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
And yeah, like if you attach a pulley to a cliff, then you can lift double your capacity, and like, yeah. So he was not good in fights, other than to just take damage, and I think he grabbed shit because he could actually pick things up.
Pick things up and throw things.
Yeah, if he got his hands on you, that's it. End the game.
Essentially, I don't even think I did much damage. All I did was grab people and walk away with them, and just like try to keep them out of the range of attacking the other members of the party.
It's pretty funny though.
Yep. His name was Log because the only thing he had with words on it was something that said 10 gold. So he just read that as Log and thought that was his name.
That's funny.
Yeah. He was great. But yeah, it was just that group just didn't care about story or anything, so I was like, I'm not going to either. I'm just gonna make a big dumb guy that moves shit.
Well, I don't think I've ever truly min-maxed a character. This is pretty close. I think this is probably the closest I've ever come. But even him, he's fairly versatile with what he can do. I
Well,
have
in
him both.
Pathfinder, it's more difficult to min-max
Yeah.
because there's way too much shit that can happen that you're like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Min-maxing
This
is what
character's
min-maxing
probably
is
the closest.
dangerous. That's the thing. And this min-maxing is dangerous.
Yeah,
like
especially when
the
the GM can decide, you know what? They just got a tattered piece of cloth on them that has a few runes on it. So yeah, their abilities are boosted to the point where good luck trying to beat them.
You know what I always have found to be the biggest pet peeves with like traditional RP games and stuff like that is how playing characters have such easy access to all these magical items, but none of the enemies they fight use magic items against them. Like,
Oh, don't worry.
magic items are the reason why it's so easy for PCs to fight things usually. But why wouldn't a dragon be able to, have attuned to 3 different magical items also?
Or
Why
pull
wouldn't the
out
dragon have
a
a ring of or bracers of defense to give it an extra 2 AC and
or
a ring of
even pull
fireballs
out
or
a
whatever?
potion of healing and drink it.
Yeah, mid fight.
Yeah.
I don't get why they don't do that with the enemies as much. It just doesn't make sense.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, in my mind, even a young dragon is smart enough to know that, hey, this is a magic item. I'm going to use it. It's going to help me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know. That's just me. I don't think dragons are arrogant enough to think that they don't need magical items to help them out.
Some of them may be, but at the same time, some people would be as well.
True. But even those persons, an arrogant person who has access to magical items is going to be like, well, I'm so powerful that because I'm this powerful, I can use my magical items and have it work out and be just fine. Like, I don't know. Anyway, tangent aside.
So,
That rabbit hole.
we're picking up where we left off, which was you guys were getting your trial quest, because I didn't quite have that planned out like I was hoping I would.
Yeah, in the Adventurers Guild.
So you guys finish filling out your paperwork, and Zai Zai flags you down as you're handing it back to her. She hands you like a leaflet, a scroll, or something like that, with the details of the mission on it. It's a fairly low level job. This is what I was able to find for your trial mission. It should be easy enough for a group your size to take care of, and especially because, well, It's just a small pack of goblins. There wasn't anything actually worrisome about them. We think that they're just scouts. So, I hope that you finish it quickly and we can get you officially inducted into the Adventurers Guild. So, the document she handed you has the details of the mission. To the west of the city, there has been sightings of goblins. They haven't been aggressive towards anyone, so they think that it's just a scouting party. But where there's goblins, more will follow. So your
Yeah.
trial mission is basically just to go and find these goblins and wipe them out. And if it is more than just a scouting party, fall back and report to the guild. It's better to report to the guild that there's a bigger problem than to fail and be seen as people who can fight off a handful of goblins before the town gets invaded.
So to clarify, with this mission, I'm talking to her. So to clarify, it is a success whether or not if we don't kill them all because there's too many for us to deal with, it is still considered a success, or would that be a failure?
As long as you make it back if you bring back information about a large group of goblins on their way, we would consider that a success because you have investigated the goblins, found it to be outside of your scope of handling, and returned to inform us so we could send a proper sized group, or a proper tiered group of adventurers to handle it.
Cool. Well, I'm okay with that.
But of course,
Yeah.
if it is a small band of goblins, we would like you to wipe them out.
Sounds like a deal. I sign my name on the document or whatever we need to do.
You just hang on to it. Essentially,
Okay.
you've taken the it's not the original copy, it is a copy of the original, but you have taken the details, and as long as you don't just disappear, it's considered your mission until you either finish it or are confirmed dead, or it's been long enough that they assume you're dead.
That we've abandoned it.
Yeah.
Is there a time limit on it? Like, what would they consider to be too long?
A mission of this caliber, if it takes you more than a week, it would be considered a failure on your part.
Cool. Well, is everybody down for this?
Yeah. I think we can.
I've never seen a goblin before. This will be interesting.
Depending on how far away it is from the town, we can knock
Yeah,
it out pretty quick.
how far roughly was the sightings from town?
They were all of the sightings have been within an hour of the eastern gate, western gate.
Not very
So
far at all.
Yeah, it has been relatively close, actually. Yeah, that was my ankle.
Well, cool. Are we ready to head that way then? Anyone need to stock up on stuff before we take off?
I'm ready.
I think I already did on the way. I just bought the Adventurers pack because I didn't.
Well, you were going
have
to buy
it.
that from the Adventurers Guild. What you're?
No, I bought it beforehand because I didn't want to look like a noob.
Cool. Well, we all ready?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I think so.
Are y'all ready for this?
Well, I sure hope you are.
And we're gonna head that way then, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you know, there is obviously there is the Eastern Gate. You can Western Gate. I don't know why I keep saying. Never mind. I know why I keep saying Eastern. Anyway, Western Gate would be the most direct path. Obviously, also heading that way would be the easiest. You're free to go about it however you want, though.
Well, I don't even know that there is a western of this city, so I'm like,
She said that there was the settings were within an hour of the Western Gate.
oh,
So-
okay. That's what she said. All right. Oh, well, cool. Well, which way's west? No, I'm just joking.
That way.
I think I could figure
Make
that
it-
one out.
Make a survival check. If we're playing it that way.
We're playing it that way. Sounds good.
No, you would. There would be signs.
Natural one.
Wow, really? Really? That's how we start the session?
That is how we started. I love it. So I step outside and I'm just so blown away by the fact that I'm in a big city and I'm just like, oh, I have no idea what's going on right
You
now.
walk into one of the aforementioned street signs. You just kind of clunk.
I think west is this way. Bong! Oh, man.
Anybody
You
else
said,
want to roll, or you just want to read the signs?
Remind
I
me,
would
which one?
probably look around for signs.
Which one would be for investigation?
That's
Investigation.
perception.
Was that?
Yeah, perception.
There is no investigation in path.
All right, so
The only thing so far that's kind of upset me about it.
Is how it's all relegated to like 3 rolls.
Yeah.
there you go. I'm guessing with that roll, I actually watching him crash into a wall.
Yeah. You watch him waylay the fucking street sign, and you go, "Hey, look! It says that the gate's that way." Ironically, the opposite direction of where he walked to run into the sign.
Oof. Alright, so at this point, I guess we start walking towards the west gate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
Or yeah.
following my node and just gonna go
Chelsea
that way.
finally got in touch with me. Trying to figure out if she's going to be on, because she can't, put multiple thoughts in one sentence. I love my cousin, but sometimes
Sometimes,
I just wish that she, everything in one sentence or in one message, please.
My older brother is really good at that too. He's really good at like spam messaging. He'll just send like three word text and like do a whole paragraph that way.
Jeez.
That's in a way more annoying, but yeah, no. Anyway. So,
Yeah, so I think we're headed towards that west gate.
Unless you guys have any anything else that you want to do,
I'm actually, for the sake of it, as we're walking, does it look like there's any? Cause this is a pretty nice looking sword that I have. This +1 elven longsword or elven curved blade or whatever it's called.
Mhm.
It's really like nice looking, right?
It would be rather ornate, yeah.
It's like the nicest thing I've ever seen, but at the same time, it's not something that I really have the aptitude to use because I need more dex-based weapons because I don't have strength. So I'm going to see if on the way there's a slightly nicer looking. I have proficiency with it.
I thought it was a
Because
finesse weapon too.
Is it finesse? Because if it's finesse, then I'm.
I could have swore it was finesse.
I forget. I forget what it was.
Give me a second.
Finesse. I mean.
Oops. Yeah, elf, finesse, and forceful.
Oh no, I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
Nope, it's mine. I'm gonna make you regret giving me this.
Yeah. Don't expect any more gifts anytime soon.
Okay, Smeagol.
Okay. Anyways, that's so okay. So basically, as we're deciding, I was walking, looking at this two-handed sword, thinking it was gonna be really heavy to use, and as I'm sitting there playing with it, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm keeping this. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's lighter and it moves better than you would expect a blade of this size to function.
And even though I've never used one before, natural activity to it. Feels right.
I'm probably going to be coughing a lot. Talking kind of creates my cough.
Under the weather.
I've been sick since like last Thursday.
That's rough.
Yeah, it has been a rough week. Like I said, the only thing I was able to get done was getting the goblin down figured out. I don't have the ranks or anything sorted. I may just fucking bogard the ranks from fucking Goblin Slayer just because that is all I can think to do.
Hey, whatever
We could-
works.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna lie. Pilot things from other things.
you could just always have us at whatever entry level, and then you don't need to tell us what the higher things are until later.
It's also
Like initiates, that's an easy low level name that you can essentially move anywhere on from there.
Yeah, I can change it, and I can change what you're called at any time too. We can just retrograde that because it's not like it's
Yeah.
a major thing.
Yeah. I mean, my character will get it tattooed on him right away, but I'm sure you can cross it out.
Don't think you'd want your rank tattooed on you if you plan on moving up in the ranks.
No, he's just expecting to cross it out.
Oh, so he's just kind of
every time he makes a new.
Yep, he's just gonna cross it out and add it below it. No.
Too bad
No, I don't even know
Prestidigitation doesn't work on that.
I don't even know if lizard folks can get tattoos.
I'm
No.
sure if there's a will, there's a.
No, what you do is you rip those scales off.
No.
Well, the thing is, wouldn't they constantly be like losing scales, just like shedding, unless
Yeah,
they do
every
like,
once in a while.
a year, or do they do like the yearly shed thing? Like, what do lizard folk do?
I'd say it's probably the kind of like slowly lose things.
Well, like humans, where we're constantly shedding skin cells instead of
Yeah, because they're not full on like
lizards.
lizard. They
You
have
should
to
have
be
been a wizard
mixed.
lizard.
Yeah, I really just needed someone with a bonus to strength, which there really is only lizard and dwarf, and I wasn't gonna play my second character as a dwarf as well.
Come on, that would be funny. Be the wizard lizard. I am the wizard lizard, the lizard wizard. Anyway, me and my goddamn tangents.
Russ, that's your next
Yeah.
character.
Probably because now that I've said it out loud, I kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
The wizard lizard.
It's have
I
him
didn't think of.
as a cornball, complete cornball.
Yeah, he is an oddity of the lizard people. He makes no sense because he's not this extremely factual based creature. He's like, yeah, let's do it. He's weird and goofy and oh god, I need to stop building characters while I'm trying to DM. Anyway. So Chesty's helping grandmother put away groceries because she went and took her shopping, so she'll let me know when she's if she's getting on. Okay, so you guys aren't doing anything on your way to the gate, you're just heading straight on the mission?
Don't think so. I got rations and stuff now, so all good.
Alrighty then. So you get to the gate. It's easier getting out than coming in because obviously they're less watchful of what's leaving the town than what's coming in.
Hit
So, and here you will begin your investigate. Here's where you can begin your investigation. You start asking
Okay,
guards.
so I'm not sure if it works this way, but as soon as we kind of get out into the woods, I'm going to do my survival thing where I can basically detect wildlife and see what's in the area.
Does that only work to detect wildlife, or does it detect everything in the area?
I will look it up. Survey wildlife. Nearby creatures. All creatures.
Creatures. Okay.
Yeah.
So anything that has been in the area recently.
Anything that has been in the area recently.
And is that a check, or is it just a you do it thing?
It takes 10 minutes, and then I can make a check.
Okay. So you get outside the gate, you travel.
But it's more because of that, because of its feat, it's more specific. Because of my training, I can use everything, like footprints, nearby nests, scratches on vegetation, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
kind of find
things that are out of place. So you get 30 minutes away from the gate before you do that.
15.
All right. You actually do note some. You can see some tracks. You can see. Have you've seen a goblin? No. Yes.
I'm gonna say no, but I know of them. Actually, I think I would know.
Goblins are technically considered one of the civilized. There are civilized goblins, so it's possible you would have come across them.
Okay, so I'm gonna say maybe then. Yeah.
So yeah. So you've met civilized goblins. So yes. Make a do a D100 for me, just a percentile. Okay, yeah. It's tough, But judging, you can see the goblin footprints. You can just barely make out goblin footprints. Judging from what you've seen, there are about. You can see 3 goblins. You can tell that there's at least 3 goblins.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that. Hey guys, so it looks like there probably were at least 3, judging by these footprints here. And this is about 20 minutes from town, or are we further out at this point?
You're about half an hour from town. Investigation, I'd say you're like 30 minutes. Yeah, you're about 30 minutes from the gate.
So
At a
judging by
walking
what
pace.
judging by what I can see here and here, there were goblins. And do I know how long ago they were here?
Within the last 8 hours. You can't get any closer than that.
Can I
You
follow
just
the
barely
track?
made the check to even know that there was goblins. That's why I was like, I'll let him D100 to
I
see
was
if
gonna
he's
say what
lucky enough.
direction are the tracks going?
Looking at the tracks, you spend another 20 minutes kind of following them around. You can tell that they've been watching the road, and the tracks that you found lead kind of more towards town, and then they come to a stop where you can kind of see the gate, and then they lead off again. So
Do we
these are
follow them back the other way? Or do we follow these ones, or do we see where they came from?
that's you guys' decision.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say I want to see where they came from. I want to find where they are now. However we're gonna do that. So I want to follow their track.
Our
the
mission is
direction
to
that they
find out how many there are, so probably be
Well,
a good
this is-
idea to figure out where they came from, just in case there's a camp.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
this is 3 of them.
If they have a camp, though, they're probably gonna head back to it, following their track. I don't really want to follow them backward.
The
You know?
tracks that lead away from the vantage point, they do kind of head in the same direction that the other tracks came from, but more in a direct line into the forest instead of following the edge of the forest.
Okay. Well, I think then that solves it up for us. I think we should follow where they went. That way we can find out where they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's that way. I start walking in the direction of their tracks, where they walk, following the tracks in the direction that they went.
So you're following their path. As you follow, it becomes more obvious that they are heading back towards the same place. You actually come across a little more of a defined trail where it branches off towards where you first found their tracks.
Okay.
I will get my shield out and weapons when we're getting more like 45 minutes out or whatever. Once we start getting back further, just to be ready.
Okay. I will continue to lead us in the direction they came.
All right. Are you just following the trail, or are you going stealth?
What do you guys think? Should we hunker down, take this slow?
I mean, go slow, I think, but I don't know if we need to be super stealthy.
I don't think stealth is what I want to do. I think more being aware.
Yeah, so if we go slow, I'll raise my shield. Someone can do perception, and someone can search for traps.
I'll keep an eye for signs of life, for like if we're gaining, they're close.
So you'll do the perception. Does Gord want to look for traps? Because I mean, I assume I have a slight knowledge of goblins and that they like to do traps, or would I not?
Roll more.
14.
You would know that it'd be smart to keep an eye out for traps, but if this isn't a main camp, then there may not be traps just because they don't want to attract any accidental attention.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I still think that we should have someone on traps searching, and then I'll have my shield raised as my slow moving action, and then
So you want
rationally,
me to,
Keeping
you
an
want
eye
me to
out?
stealthily?
not stealthy, but we have to move slow in order to have the shield, in order to search for traps, in order to
Okay.
use perception.
So yeah,
So,
you do your perception to keep an eye out.
Perception
well, I think mine is just the action to have my shield up, which
I
I forget
mean,
what that
who's
does.
doing
walking in defense.
Yeah.
whoever's doing perception?
So if you're walking on guard, and things like that, my understanding, they have to beat his perception in order to, like, it's kind of.
Is that in game mastery or in
No, it's in the core rule book.
skills? Yeah,
In the
or is
core
that
rule book. Yeah.
in the general skill action though, or? Health, performance.
Exploration mode, defend. Move at half your travel speed with the shield raised. If combat breaks out, you gain the benefits of raising a shield.
Okay, then yeah, I would do that just to help if a trap goes off or if they try to ambush us. Then hopefully draw the attention.
Yeah, so I'm doing this scout. Yeah, so I'm using the scout exploration. I'm kind of scouting ahead and behind the group to watch danger, moving at half speed. At the start of the encounter, every creature in my party gets +1 circumstance to initiative.
Right. So as you go along,
And David, you're doing
what's the
the
lowest dex out of all of you? Dex bonus.
I have a +3.
I have a +1.
+2.
Okay, I'm gonna assume it's +1 then. All right. As you move along, you're following the tracks. You don't see any traps. You don't trigger any traps, but you do roll perception checks.
Well, that one's better.
That was a
No, walking into any streets.
Mine's an 18.
13.
shit 21.
So as you're walking along, you all start to hear voices. Sadly, not human voices. From up ahead, as you get closer, it starts to become more clear. I'm not going to try and do a goblin voice. My throat just won't allow. I can already feel that. As you get closer, you can hear the distinct voices of goblins. Not that some of you who've not seen them wouldn't know what they actually sound like, but those of you who have would recognize them as goblins.
Okay.
And you
Or
can
they're
just
just
hear them.
Three. Like we're just hearing voices at this point, right? Can we
Yes.
distinctively hear? Can we distinctively hear how many, or is it kind of hard to hear at this point?
You can kind of hear what's being said. Would that be insight?
I don't know.
Well, so
Tell
what was
voices
that?
apart?
Is it a skill feat to tell voices apart?
Like, would it be like an insight check
There
or?
is no, yeah, like insight isn't on there, and so it's really just.
What about society?
Perception check, yeah.
It could be society. That's an interesting. It would be an interesting one to kind of gauge personas. Diplomacy. In the actual learning how to be diplomatic, you kind of learn how to read voice. I think actually diplomacy is used as insight for conversation in this game.
Yeah, so roll diplomacy. Everybody who's trying to discern voices.
$14.
You distinctly hear 4 voices. One of them sounds a lot louder and a little bit more of a commanding role.
Are they all distinctly goblin? Like, is there an
Yes,
obvious
they're all
one is obviously not a
100%
goblin?
They are all 100% goblin.
Okay.
I think I would try to stealth now.
Yeah.
Once we started getting to that point, I would probably be like, well, they can't really ambush us. If anything, we know which direction they're coming from, so.
Okay, so at this point, I'm actually going to pull out the contract. Is the contract explicitly said to kill, or does it say, like, make them leave? Because if goblins are a diplomatic or a common race in that they are societally acceptable.
There are different tribes of goblins, though. The ones that refuse to make peace are considered pests. The ones that live in the cities are obviously considered civilized. They also tend to have better speech patterns. These ones have very, very, very rudimentary speech patterns. So, like a goblin from the city, whilst he would still have his goblin way of talk, his voice would sound like a goblin. He'd have kind of that jumpy canter. He would know how to use words correctly. He'd use the correct contractions, things like that.
Okay.
These goblins.
But my question is though, is there any wording in the contract that says that chasing them off or encouraging them to leave and not be around is part of completing the contract?
The exact phrasing of it is to eliminate the goblin scouting party or report back on largest goblin forces.
Okay. And I understand that eliminate means most likely to kill, not to convince them that being here is not is not a good thing. Okay, that's all I was wanting to know.
You know, it's heavily implied that they would rather just have them dealt with than have a
Okay.
possibility of them coming back.
Sounds good.
So no, there is no kicking the can down the road.
Correct. This is, given the numbers, this is your problem, not somebody else's problem.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
start sneaking.
Linda 2.
All right. Roll stealths.
15.
18.
21.
All right.
Okay, where the heck did he go?
As far as, well, you continue on. You don't hear the goblin voices stop. They continue talking. You hear them discussing, again, in their broken common, going back and reporting that raiding here would be, that they could definitely pull off raids, stuff like that. This would be a good spot. There's lots of livestock to get.
Okay.
So in other words, plenty of food here.
Yeah, there's plenty of food, and raiding would be a good idea.
Well, that kind of answers our second question that we were sent here to find out. Then, if there's a larger party, so I kind of like not whispering, but I'm kind of thinking that, and I kind of look at everybody, making sure that they and are kind of understanding that.
Well, it can be
What we're
assumed,
hearing.
like I said, it can be assumed where there's some goblin, there's more goblin. You just have to stumble across them.
I'd say we follow them to the rest.
Oh, they're walking ahead of us?
No, they're set up around a small camp.
Oh.
And can we see them now at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look at everybody and see if they're all ready to go. Are you guys all?
So we see 3?
We see 4.
Yeah, there are 4
Oh,
goblins.
4?
One
Do
of
any
them
look like they're? Yeah. What do they look like?
3 of them you can see have smaller blades. They're kind of, you see 3 goblin warriors, and then one, he's got a horse chopper, pull on. So he's definitely, and he's barking orders at the others, telling them what to do. So he definitely seems like he's the one in charge.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have my long bow out. I think is what I'm gonna. And look at everybody, and if we're all wanting to go, I kind of like give everybody a nod, like, is everybody ready to go? Is everybody ready to go?
Is surprise rounds a thing in this? Like, or is that not? Because I thought that there was surprise rounds.
Yeah, there is a surprise round in this game.
Yeah.
Then yes, and if it looks like you have ranged, I would probably just see how close I could get, and then if I get within, what is it, 25 feet? Yeah, if I get within 25 feet of one of them, then I would just book it.
Yeah, and I'm preparing. I'm going to have a spell.
So yeah, I would just kind of stealth up until I'm like 20 feet away if I could. But if I
Yeah.
see that anyone sees me, it would just be charging. or
Well-
start charging when I get to about 20 feet.
As you move closer, they seem blissfully like just all that matters right now is doing whatever the big mean goblin tells them to do.
And we're like in forest, there's bushes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm just trying to get within about 20 feet with my shield and
You need a mace or something. Anyway.
actually it's just my shield because I keep forgetting that even my staff is the exact same damage, except it's not agile and finesse. So the fact that my claws do a d6 agile, finesse, piercing, and slashing is better damage than
Yeah.
anything else I have. So yep, I just have my shield out and my hand ready to attack and trying to get within 20 feet stealthily. Just knowing that
Alright.
kind of when I start charging in, they'll release a bow or whatever their
Do any of them have range?
yeah, but range doesn't do any bonus damage, so I'd rather get in 2 attacks with bonus damage than
I
with
was asking.
advantage.
I was asking the goblins. The goblins have
Oh.
any?
He was attacking from like 80 feet away last time when we were fighting someone else.
I definitely got range.
The goblins that we're looking at.
Oh, the
enemies.
goblins?
They do have
Yeah.
bows, but none of them. The only one with a weapon drawn at the moment is the one with the pole on, and that's partially because he's kind of using it like to direct the other ones
Okay.
and threaten them.
Okay. Okay.
So you guys will stay whatever it is, 50 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay about 60 feet away. I'm gonna have my bow out, but what I'm gonna be doing is I'm actually gonna be readying lightning spells.
Okay.
And I gotta be within about 30 feet of them myself in order for my spells to hit.
So are you just gonna
Yeah.
stealth behind me? Like both of us kind of go up together and then I'll charge forward.
Once I get into
When
30
I get-
feet, I'll stop there. That way I can
Okay.
still
I'm
hit
getting
them.
about 20 feet, so you'll just stop behind me. I'll
Yeah.
move up until I'm about 20 feet and then attempt to scare the shit out of them.
If you want to scare the shit out of them, I can easily do that.
Well, I'd want to be able to make my attacks during the surprise round, so if you want to do that as I'm charging in,
That'll work. Because I can take one of my seed pods, throw it to summon an animal.
okay, then yeah, we'll just get it to where it's Rachel is 50, 60 feet away. Gord is 30, and I'm charging in at 20.
Already. So, how do you want to? Well, okay. As soon as you start your charge, Rochelle looses an arrow. So make your attack roll.
Oh, Rochelle's
actually
doing
using,
lightning.
Oh,
I'm doing lightning.
okay.
Actually, because I realized that it does more damage than my bow does by quite a bit.
Then you make your lightning attack.
Okay. They're actually I'm gonna use. They actually have to make a reflex saving from it. I'm attacking the main one with the weapon and one of his lackeys. Both.
Okay. What do they gotta beat?
Mine is be 17.
Okay. So
17 reflex. For
your spell nails the one the one with the hole on right in the back. Like he doesn't even see it coming. He doesn't flinch. Nothing. It just blasters him. One of the other goblins happens to be looking at him, sees it, and kind of jumps back out of reaction more than anything, and just barely dodges the arc streaming off of him. Gord,
is a
yours.
success. Success is a half damage. Fail is full damage. Rather than like crit fails.
So he takes half damage, yeah. Then.
Okay. Was the
And
first one a crit fail? 10 below?
Yes. By God, yes, it was.
So he takes double damage.
What's he get hit with then? So one gets double, one gets half.
7. So one takes 14, takes 3.
Alrighty. Gord, throw your animal and summon him.
I throw a seed pod which bursts open, spring forth from the ground a viper made out of plants and roots.
Alrighty.
And that is my full action. I mean, all 3 actions just to summon animal.
Alright. And then Zug. You finish your charge in, and you're right behind the goblin with the pole on. Make your attacks.
Is he facing away still?
Yes, he's still facing away. Like, the bolt of lightning hit him right as you were getting close, and he took some serious damage. Like, he's leaning on the staff because he is caught off guard completely.
Is there non-lethal damage in this or no?
Yes, there is.
I mean, yeah.
Especially with your hand. With your hand, your hand is considered non.
Well, it's still piercing or slashing, but so I guess I'm aiming for ankles or arms and shit because I just shouldn't outright kill someone who I haven't actually seen do evil deeds.
They were literally talking about raiding people on the way.
Everyone
while you
full of redemption. I have to play a redeemer, or else I don't want him taken away.
Right, I forgot you're a paladin.
Yep, or else yes, I would just. I mean, he's going to try to not kill him, but essentially knock him out, and he's found a way around if someone else finishes him. Like, but he's assuming that he can still just essentially, if they don't have legs, they still can crawl the path of redemption. So he's aiming for legs, just so you know. And yeah, we'll just swipe at his legs.
Okay, make the attack roll.
First one is 25.
Wow.
Rolled a 19.
Nice.
Is that a crit with, I'm assuming, a -2 circumstance penalty for surprise?
Yes, that's a crit.
Sweet. So is it double damage dice or just double the roll? Like
it's
double everything.
Yeah, double
damage.
Yeah.
It's double damage.
So do I double it or do I do 2d6 instead of 1d6?
Do 1d6 plus everything and then double all damage dealt.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why me getting a crit with my glaive is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
So 16 slashing.
Yeah, you take his leg off. You take both legs off in one swipe. They just both come out from under him, and he kind of flips in the air as he's spurting blood and lands back down. And
he's probably going to bleed out.
Redemption is all the sweeter, and I will swing at another one that's nearby.
That would be the other one that took damage. Make your attack roll.
Don't forget the penalties.
That's 16, I think, because it was 20, but it's agile finesse, so it should just be -4. So 16.
That'll hit.
Then,
What's your minimum damage possible?
4.
Okay.
8 damage.
You
Roll the 5 on the d6.
you take off his arm and he falls to the ground and starts like he's out of the fight.
Okay, so they're both out of the fight with missing limbs.
Yes.
That's what I wanted.
Most likely going to be bleeding out, but
Hey, I can't stop that. It's their fault for bleeding. I didn't mean to make their bones weak.
so that's 2 out of the fight already.
Then it was all my actions and everything, so I'm assuming it's initiative.
Initiative. Yes.
So now we need initiative. Can I use stealth for my initiative since we attacked from surprise?
Yes, I would allow that.
Not that my class has anything specific. It's just that my stealth modifier is a lot higher than.
I got 21.
I got
The orc
23.
23.
I got 10.
Then if anyone got 21, I go ahead of them.
Yeah. So
It's the
turn
only
order is
bonus to my background.
turn order is as follows. Gord, Zug, the enemies, and then Rochelle. You got the exact same roll as the goblins. They rolled decent for that, but
Well, yeah, that's the only thing for my background is the freaking Pilgrim's Token, where if I tie an enemy in initiative and I have my token on me, I get to go before them.
alrighty. Well then, God, what are you going to do?
First action, I order my Viper to attack. So it moves to whichever one's still up.
And closest, I'm assuming.
And it will. Holy crap, that has a plus. Really? So yeah. He will do. If that's a crit, correct?
25 was, and they were flat-footed, so maybe they had 15 or something.
24. That will not be a crit.
No? Okay.
No.
Because they're not flat-footed.
So they probably have 15 AC.
So 10 points or 8 points of damage, and it has to do a DC Fortitude of 16 or higher to save against the poison.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's dead.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
8 points of hit. 8 hit points is all the life it has.
6.
Oh no.
Their knees still up?
1.
1?
There is 1 goblin remaining.
Turns around and poops his pants.
Alright, if that's the case, I will use my last 2 actions to do Acid Splash against him. If he's within 30 feet of me.
Roll a D100. Let's just see what the odds are. No, he is not.
Does that mean he casts the spell and it misses because it's out of range, or does that mean
That means
Yes,
it's not
but,
within the
you know,
30 feet.
40 feet away.
would he know that, or because I mean, gauging distances is fairly difficult to just guess at doing.
He's
So he-
decently outside of range.
Alright.
He's enough outside of range that he could tell immediately that it's.
Then I will use my last action, or I'll use one action to move up 25 feet. And I guess I will end my turn there.
Already. Back to Zug.
Yeah, assuming I have to move.
You would have to move, yes.
Yeah, then I attack. What is it? Attack him 15.
15.
It's 15. Are they at 16 or 15?
It's a miss.
So they're at 16.
that wrong.
And attack him again, 13. So both of those miss.
No.
You only have a
Yeah.
+2 to your attack.
Oh, that was +2. Oh no, it's the
He
second
took off
attack.
the.
Yeah, I took it off. I was like, no, I don't have 6, but I forgot to roll for agile.
Yeah, that should. So that one should. Okay.
Yeah, it was 6.
Okay, that makes
I took off 4 for agile.
Okay,
So
that makes.
yeah, no, that was correct. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right. That means it's the enemy's turn. He's right in front of you.
But as far as like game knowledge goes, the ability to attack of opportunity is a very rare skill to have. I don't know if everybody. I don't even know if you have it. Do you have it as a champion?
No.
No.
Okay, so his first action is going to be to pull out his blade. Then he's going to make a swing at you. That'll hit.
Wait, does the goblin move towards somebody?
It's.
I'm standing next to him already.
Oh, he
Yeah,
is,
he had
okay.
to move into range.
Because Viper does have a reaction.
He does 4 damage with the first attack.
Okay.
His second attack will hit. What your ACC? Your AC 17? 18.
18.
Yeah, that makes it then. That second one is going to be 8 points of damage.
Oh, the smokes.
Okay, so that makes it my turn.
Yes.
Okay. So I will use reach spell again,
Okay.
and cast electric arc on him. so he's got to make a reflex 7.
What's he got to beat?
17.
Wow, he just makes it.
He rolled a 7.
Half.
Yeah, he rolled a 17. They actually have a plus 5 to a plus. Wait. Yeah, plus 7 reflex.
So he takes half of 5, so 2 or 3 to you want to do up or down. My turn.
2. Yeah. So that's your whole turn. Okay. Back to guard.
Back to me, huh? All right. How far would the Viper be from the Goblin? Hello?
Say again.
How far would the Viper be from the Goblin?
Probably only about 10, 15 feet.
Alright, so the Viper will move up next to him and bite. Alright, order the Viper to do so. And 14?
Nope, that's a miss.
That's a miss.
Yep.
Alright, if that's the case,
16.
I will cast Acid Splash on him since I should be within range now. Uh, Sorry. What was it that you gotta do for a spell attack?
Your proficiency plus most likely wisdom?
I believe so.
Alright, it'd be intelligence for a wizard.
Oh, then yeah.
So right now proficiency is 3 plus the 6. Okay, not working now. There it goes.
Oh, yeah.
So 18.
Is it? Does it have attack as the tag though? Or wait,
Yeah,
no, that was the snake that you. Or no, that was acid splash.
yeah. This
So it would
was
still
Acid Splash.
suffer from the multiple attack, wouldn't it?
No, I ordered my snake to attack, which
Oh, that was the 14.
Yeah.
Now it's the acid
Yeah.
splash. Oh, okay.
which
So
was
18 to hit.
what? Yeah, and I'm guessing 18 hits.
Yes.
So that's 1d6 plus 1 point for acid damage, or that'd be splash damage. Never mind. So 5 points there.
That's enough to kill it.
Cool.
Yeah.
We just butchered them.
Okay. That wasn't butchering. That was a slaughter.
Yeah, they got one round where they actually were able to do something, and only one of them was able to do anything.
Yep.
That's cool. So I walk up then after that, look at everybody, be like, wow. That was easy.
Yeah.
But the rolls were
much-
definitely in your favor. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Being able to crit on the big one, that was cool.
He had 18 health. To be fair.
So I almost one hit him.
Yeah.
Kind of feel
Like-
sorry for them. They didn't stand a chance.
That should have been a moderate challenge. You guys like blasted through that shorter person too. That's the thing.
So that's the joy of surprise rounds.
Oh, dude, they were oblivious. Every time I rolled for them to notice something, it was a 1 or a 2. They were fucking just, they were brain dead as far as knowing you guys were there.
I mean, I am at less than half health, so
Well, I'm gonna look around and look at everybody else and be like, so I've read
Oh, yeah,
stories
you did
about
damage.
this. Should we like see what they had on them? I mean, those two look like they're halfway alive still. Should we kill them too?
Snake
The one
kill.
without both,
Yeah.
the one missing both legs is probably bled out to the point where he's either completely unconscious by now or dead.
I go ahead and
Looking
order
at
the
you.
Viper to just finish them off.
All right, it does so pretty easy. I mean, it's not like they can resist.
It basically did.
Um,
So I have a question. Vipers, that's a really high attack roll for a level 0 creature. Are they a level 0 creature?
A Viper.
David?
It was a. Actually, I think it was a. The current creature level -1.
Yeah, is a Viper a -1 creature?
Yeah.
That's
probably
a high
has
attack.
very low AC or low hit points.
yeah, look at the damage that the Goblet Warrior did to Brandon.
Yeah, it's HP is 8. Its AC is
What's it-
15. Speed is only 20.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I was just curious because that had a really high attack for a -1 creature.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about that myself. All right.
Cool. Anyways, so I'm looking around at everybody and be like, so I'm just gonna like look at their bodies because see what they have on them. I've never done this before, but I've read about it, so I'm gonna loot the bodies.
All right.
of awkward. The first time I've ever done this because it
You
is.
don't find any gold or anything. You do find their weapons, and their arrows, obviously. So
Oh.
they all have.
I see why.
two-
I screwed up on that. It wasn't a +3. It was supposed to be a -3. So it was supposed to be 1d8 -3.
That's
That's
what.
why.
That's what.
So it can
Yeah.
do 0 damage, and then still do poison damage or whatever it is.
Yeah, which the poison damage, it is a 1d8 for 4 rounds. It has several different stages as well.
That makes a lot more sense. I was just curious. Having DM'd, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's 8. That's strange. That's a lot of damage for a -1 creature.
Yeah. But what we can say is that he failed the DC check and died of the poisoning.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, I don't want a retroactive anything.
Yeah.
I just was thinking in my head that sounded excessive.
Yeah, that was a screw up on
Cool.
my part. Sorry about that.
It happens. We're
So
still
they just have really crude weapons. Like, is it even worth like taking it to sell it or anything like that? Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. When I look at this and think, oh, hey, that might be worth something.
I mean, whether you take them or not is your option. They are crude weapons and crude armor. The short bows that they have might be the best thing that they have, because those are actually somewhat decent in design.
And those are one things I actually have a little bit of experience with is bows. So the bows look like they're indeed.
They are crafted well enough you wouldn't call them trash weapons.
Okay, well, I will take. How many?
No.
How many short bows?
All 4 of them have a bow. They also all have they're really crude arrows, but the 3 goblin warriors have 10 arrows each, and then the goblin commander has 20 arrows.
Well, I still am carrying a full quiver of 20, so I'm just gonna keep that. But
Yeah.
short bows, I'll take them. I will.
Yeah. I would maybe just put the bodies, like, put them all in a pile or something, or set them off to the side.
Oh, reading the contract again. Does it say we need to take anything? It's like proof. Of murder.
Ears. Left ear.
Okay. Well, I will very quickly, very efficiently chop off their ears. Kidding. It's a little weird for me to do that to a human instead of an animal, but like, I do it.
Question: Are they facing towards or away from you when you chop them off?
Kind of a way. Don't really want to look at them.
Okay, you're chopping their ears off with your left or right hand.
Right. I am right-handed.
So you're cutting their ears off awkwardly then.
Very.
Not if they're laying on their side.
I'm kind of laying them on their face and then chopping their ear off.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, their bodies. You can just position them however you need to.
But I mean, I'm a hunter. Tanning is actually part of my skill set. All that. Oh, hey, there's Tressie.
Well, Tressie has appeared.
Hi.
Hey!
We just murdered goblins.
Murdered would be the light way of putting it.
We
They
butchered
were
them.
exterminated.
Sorry I'm late. If you can hear me.
We can
We
hear
can
you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It happens.
Upset about you being. Well, we're upset about you being late, but we're upset at you because we like playing with.
Yeah, I forgot it was Thursday. Today.
That's okay. We have switched everything. Only a third time doing it on a Thursday. So, we killed 2 goblins. I've got their ears. Are we good to head back?
Yeah.
Got short bows that look like they're, in decent shape.
I'd probably try to start a little fire and like put the bodies away
Wasn't
from
there already
the
a
trees.
campfire being that was in the middle of their
Yes,
camp?
they had a campfire
Well,
already.
and I wouldn't have to start a fire. I'd have to put wood around the
Oh, are
body.
you wanting to kind of burn the bodies a little bit? Like burial
Yeah.
or whatever?
I mean,
Like burial or like because for burial or for like you don't want anybody to know that they're a dead goblin.
I don't know. Not really burial, but just is. I mean, are there things out here that would eat them,
More
or
than
would it just be
likely.
Probably.
rotting flesh?
Are there things out here that would eat them? I would probably have known that from earlier.
Yes, there are many things that would probably eat them.
Yeah, no, there
Yeah.
are
Then-
wolves around here and foxes and stuff like that.
Oh, I
that'll-
forgot. There was. Well, the wolves were still days away that
Wolves are a while
when we
back,
ran
but-
into, but yeah, if they're also over here, then yeah, we don't need to do anything if they will.
I mean, if you want to go ahead through the rites of burial, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I mean, they were
Well,
living
nah,
creatures.
if there's things out here that'll eat them, I just didn't know if it would just be rotting corpses, because that's not very,
There.
very nice. But if they'll provide food, then yeah, just leave them.
Okay, I'm okay with that too.
All right. So
I mean, we're talking about raiding and pillaging, so I don't really feel too bad about them. Oh, yeah. So they're all dead then, because the Viper finished
Yes.
off the one
Yeah.
that was kind of unconscious but alive.
yeah, bleeding out.
All right. All right. So let's head back to town then.
Yeah.
Are there okay? So they had just their weapons, their armor. Any other like small baubles on them that would make like this is an obvious like goblin trinket kind of thing on them?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
Like
kind
a
of.
tooth. So it's like a tooth.
Like they have their tribal like necklaces and whatnot, but
Okay, I'll take one of those.
all right.
And I will put it in a pouch on my. Okay. So we'll head back to town then, since we really only got like an hour away from town.
Yeah. Sure, that'll really make sure that we get into the Adventurers Guild. Get a head
So you make the
start.
short- you make the short trek back to town, and the trip to the Adventurers Guild back towards the center of the city. You would approach. For this mission, you were told to reapproach, and I look. She told you to come back. Zihei told you to come back to her. Zihei told you to come back to her, and just because formalities with the paperwork and whatnot. So, how do you approach?
Well, if nobody else is really taking initiative, then I'll step forward, since I kind of took the ears myself.
I was gonna
Um,
say I don't have the evidence, and
Yeah, I'll kind of take the leg forward then and walk in and be like, "Well, hi, how's it going?" Long time no see.
Good seeing you. I'm assuming that you're back regarding the mission already.
Yeah, no, worked out pretty easy, I'd say, honestly. And because they're kind of gross, I just kind of put a bag on the table that I put them in. I don't like bring them out or anything. Yeah, bloody.
There
Push
wouldn't
the
be
bag
too
over
much
towards her.
blood simply because
I
the
know,
ear.
but that's still gross. It's pulling out a hunk
Yeah,
of
no, I
flesh.
agree. And she kind of
So,
opens the bag a little and looks inside. Oh, so there's only 4 of them, huh?
there were only 4, but we, in the process of stalking them, overheard a conversation they were having where they were talking about reporting back to their tribe about increasing raids or profitable raids and stuff like
It doesn't surprise me, but it's good to know that they're actually planning it. I'll put through a report so that we know to keep an eye out for more goblin scouting parties and whatnot. And
Yeah.
she kind of makes a note. I, I will admit I wasn't quite expecting you guys to be back quite so quick. But if you'll give me if you'll wait over there, and she kind of points to it towards the lobby, I will, as quick as I can, have your official identifications drawn up.
Dude, sweet. At this point, I kind
That-
of look at everybody.
Yeah, that's quick. I assumed we'd have to come back in a while, but
Well, really, it's just me getting the paperwork filled out, finish filling out the paperwork, and then having you sign it. So, admittedly, I wasn't expecting you to finish today on the same day you got it. Most people take the mission and then come back the next day.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were kind of breaking protocol.
Oh, it's not protocol. It's just how people do it.
Oh, we broke tradition. I apologize.
Eh,
That one as a new day.
Again, it's not a tradition thing. It's a most people. That's just how people do things.
Cool.
I'll go over and sit down.
I'll join them and I'll look at them and be like, "Are you all right? Looks like you took a couple hits. Are you good?"
Yeah, I'll be good.
All right.
So,
Well,
Just really got me in the lower half of my body.
was that a short joke?
Yes.
I didn't quite catch it.
I was trying not to laugh, but once you asked, you had my ability to keep that under check.
Sorry, that was in character. I knew it was a short joke. I don't have
Well-
any like first aid experience, so I can't really like help you with that. But you should probably get that checked.
Well, I do have medicine training, actually. Can I attempt to, what is it, restore? Or,
You can attempt to tend to your wounds.
what is it, though? It's,
It's
isn't it
DC
a short,
50,
is it a 10-minute one?
like 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, you've got time to kill, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not the hour-long one or whatever.
There aren't any hour long. It's all they consider a short rest to be 15 minutes.
13, which I don't think makes it. So I attempt to bandage it up, but probably just clean my clothes.
no, it's just looking a bit better.
Yeah. So I think it's
Yeah.
15 and above, which is why I never attempted it before. But because I have +4, I'm like, yeah, I'll risk it. I'm trained in it.
We almost made it too.
Yeah.
You would have. We can get it on an above average roll. The statistics for you getting it is 50-50.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so about an hour passes. She catches your attention, waving at you again.
Uh, are we waiting inside or outside?
I was assuming inside. She did
I'd
kind
be
of
waiting
motion to
inside.
the lobby area.
Okay, well I'll come over then.
Give me just 1 second to pull something up. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna go with the Goblin Slayer ranking because it's easy and I kind of like it. So she pulls out, or she hands you the paperwork for your final signature, and while you're signing it, she pulls out 4 dog tags, basically with a like a porcelain plate, like a porcelain dog tag. Welcome to the guild. You're starting off at porcelain rank. I'm glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome.
You have any other
Is that all? Or is there, like, a
activities we can do?
For if you give me a few minutes, I can see most of our. She points to a bulletin board over to the right of the counter, so to you guys' left. Most of our postings are over there at the moment. I was not, like I said, I was not fully anticipating today. Being sick all week kind of threw me off.
Yeah. It's 7:50. We can.
cool. Anything else?
Is there anything that we should plan for next week? Like, because yeah. We were paid before, but now, yeah. Is there any, like, bounties that would require travel, or?
Most porcelain ranked missions are for this area. You would notice.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
Oh,
For a second.
okay. So we wouldn't really need to plan ahead for rations or anything, but maybe next time we pick up, we would pick out another bounty.
Yeah, I'll have a list of bounties, and
then
I
probably
may
rest up that night and then head out.
That's what I'll do. I'm going to do
'Cause-
this.
You're gonna do what?
I'm going to make a room, and I'll just, as I make up missions throughout the week, I'll add them in.
Add them in the reward amount.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
So-
did we get a reward for killing these goblins?
Your reward
Okay.
was getting in. There was no actual reward for this mission.
That's kind of what I assumed was.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was how they were playing that. So I will come up with some jobs throughout the week. I'll get them filled into here. You guys can see that, right? I set that up right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then once we
Oh, we gotta update the kill counter now.
oh yeah, you guys actually killed things.
Still find it funny that last time they just wound up killing themselves.
Hysterical.
Oh no, not last time. Time before that.
So yeah, so I will get guild jobs figured out, worked out throughout the week. Have them planned decently for once. I would have had more done. I just, like I said, I got sick like out of nowhere. After our session Thursday, I started feeling it. Then Friday, I was just dead. So I've been sick all bloody week, and it has been hell.
I'm guessing your work's been making you stay home.
No, it's Walmart. What do you expect? They don't care. I took one day off this week.
Now, are they still handing out masks or not?
Yeah, they just, unless I had a positive COVID test, which my roommate who had this before me came back negative. So, yeah, unless I had a positive COVID test, it's show up to work.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, looking at spells. Power word kill.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
14th level or lower. Target dies. There's no save. They're just dead.
Yeah.
15th level. If the target has 15 or 50 hit points, it dies instantly. Otherwise, it drops to 0 hit points and becomes dying 1. So, full health. At level 15. Full health.
Holy shit.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's piss off the DM.
I mean, you have to be a 18th level, I think, character in order to
Yeah, it's
have
a
that.
high level spell, so
It's a 9th
it
level
makes
spell,
sense.
Yeah.
but holy moly.
No, I mean, it's piss off the DM. DM decides to use power kill on us.
Just.
I would never be that cruel. I would at least give you the illusion of a fighting chance.
Just before you pull that out at the end, the last second.
Oh no, dude, you're missing my point. I enjoy horde battles. Did we forget this?
Oh yeah.
I love horde battles, and you know full well that I would just drown you guys in enemies if I wanted you dead. You already know goblins are a thing, and goblins are excellent horde critters.
You know what's even scarier?
Yeah, just random chance to hit. Oh.
What's
They'll
even
hit.
scarier is a whole entire horde of kobolds. Because not only would you
Yeah.
be fighting a bunch of horde of kobolds, but there'd be traps all over the field too.
Kobolds. Hell, I could do my old favorite of throwing you guys shit. Why can't I think of their names right now?
Bunch of skilly bones.
No.
The moles.
Knowles.
Knolls. Yeah. As Fargrim,
You
I
don't know how
love
I love my
Knolls.
Knowles.
Fargrim
I do
absolutely loved Knolls. But they were made for each
Right.
other.
And in
Well,
this,
maybe
Knowles are
the-
much scarier. So
And Pathfinder Second Edition, everything is much
Everything is
scarier.
much scarier. Even the players.
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
there's really a way to make a OP character within Pathfinder that cannot be countered easily.
Yeah, no, there is. Yeah, because as soon as you min max into a specific build, anything that is not, anything that counters that build is immediately like a hard counter. It's not even like a soft counter. It's there.
Oh yeah.
You have built this way. You will regret building this way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like Sebastian. He can. I built him to be a two-handed, push people around, beat the crap out of them without, mercy. But by God, is he squishy? Because I didn't realize that shields worked the way they do.
Oh yeah.
If I'd known then what I know now, Sebastian would have been a sword and bard character, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in D&D, you have the freaking melee character that was literally just getting pelted over and over and not able to do shit and still survived because it's D&D.
Yeah.
While in this, if you were attacked by a ranged only thing, like up in the trees and you couldn't reach him, we would just be screwed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
had 0 range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
We so toast.
I'd love to see how my current character is going to play out. Just the fact that I'm trying to make summoning their main thing that they do. Because, yeah, it's going to be
It already
interesting.
seems more powerful than D&D's summoning.
mm-hmm.
D&D summoning is just annoying.
Yeah.
It's just
Totally.
not. I mean, getting a freaking whatever it's called, the bag, is better than anyone up until like level 10.
I
Just
hate that.
getting an uncommon magic item is the best summoning in the game over anyone up until it's like a level 10 conjuration wizard
Yeah.
or
I
a
don't.
druid of
Some-
the whatever it's called.
Summoning pixies is pretty deadly though, because they come with polymorph.
Yeah, but the polymorph is like, or the pixies is usually an option. Because the only way to summon pixies is through a thing that says DM discretion. Do they summon 8 pixies or do they summon 8 level 8 or level 8 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge rating 1/8.
Level 5.
It actually doesn't say you get to decide which creatures come out.
At level
Oh really?
Yeah, it just says 8
It's a possibility.
challenge rating creatures come out. Just
Or-
says that happens.
for summoning
Really?
animals
Yeah.
up until
It
level
doesn't say that you get to choose.
for summoning animals up to level 5, you're essentially summoning creatures that are below your level. But once you reach level 5, you're summoning creatures that are above your level. Holy crap, summoning a creature at level 10 or 10th level summoning, you're summoning a creature that's 15th level.
In D&D or
Pathfinder.
in this?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
this one.
I mean, already a freaking -1
No.
challenge rating creature is strong.
That's a spell level. By the way, David, that's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
character level. That's spell level.
okay, never mind. Well, either way, still being able to summon a 15th level creature is still pretty powerful at that point.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I was
Yeah.
just making sure that you knew that heightened second means casting that spell at a second level, not because you're level 2 now casting it. Yeah.
It's funny that
Same with the cantrips.
it's funny.
When you're sorry.
It's funny how you actually can do a 10th level spell within this system too. That
I
was
think you have to pick the specific feat as a caster though in order to get to them.
I thought you have a group of casters together doing it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm
No, I
forgetting the
really want to
exact-
build a wizard just to interact with you guys because I want to do that.
Yeah,
The wizard
Chris.
joke is there, and now I have made it. Now I have to fulfill it.
Russ. The lizard wizard casts Blizzard while eating a gizzard.
Oh, now you're just pushing it.
I know.
Yeah, so at 10th, 20th level, you have to specifically pick the feat that allows you to access 10th level spells. Otherwise, you don't get them.
Yeah, but this has 10th level spells, which is weird.
Yeah, that's kind
'Cause-
of cool.
Yeah, D&D doesn't. But yeah, you need to give your wizard lizard a lisp or a slur. I don't know if it'd be a lisp. I think it would be like kind of a slur or whatever that would make it so that you couldn't tell if they were saying wizard or wizard.
Wizard or wizard?
Oh, it is a wizard. What? Oh, it is a wizard.
Because I'm a wizard, you can't hurt me. 'Cause you're a wizard? Yeah, I have scales. I'm a wizard.
You mean you're a lizard? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
cast magic. I'm a wizard.
All right. Well, see you guys in a week,
All right.
and we'll hunt down something else and then see what's going on in the world and go from
Yeah.
there.
Good. Have a good night, you guys.
All right.
Night.